No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Word up. Oh, baby. Just like music. To relax my mind so I can be.
What's up, YouTube? BIGUNCS coming at you with a movie review. So, there was this movie called A Train to Busan that came out, I want to say about a year ago. And I watched it about a year ago. And I thought it was a good movie. Didn't think it was, I don't know, anything superbly great or anything. But I thought it was a good movie. So, the other night, today being Monday, this would have been Saturday night, I'm at home, and I turn on the old Netflix video box thingy-majigger, and what do I see? I see Train to Busan. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch it again. Why not? So I watch it, and I don't know if I was not in a good place the last time I saw it, or if I was in a really good place when I saw it this time, but I loved that movie. It was the first movie I've seen in a while that I felt had good character. I don't want to say build up or establishment, but they made me care about the characters, and not just like the father and the daughter, but also the pregnant mother and her husband, and the high school beauty queen chick and the baseball player. And I just thought the story was, well, I mean, the story is just your basic zombie story, you know, try to get away from the zombies, but I think the way that they, because it's obviously a Korean film, and, you know, I don't know everything about Korea, but what I do know, like the blue-coated employees of the train company, always trying to be polite and proper, and, you know, doing their best job, even, you know, in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. You know, you got the guy with the blue jacket who's like trying to maintain order, and, you know, he has to go with the mob for I should say, there's gonna be spoilers, and then you have the train. Why is my collar all weird? You have the train engineer, and, you know, in no point during the movie does he like want to just fend for himself and say, you know, screw you guys, I'm getting away from these zombies. He's, you know, doing his job the way, you know, he was trained to do it and whatnot. So I kind of felt that was portrayed well. There were a few, you know, little things where I'm like, really, come on. But actually, I have them because I wanted to say the names of all the actors. So you have Yu Gong, who's the dad, or the actor's name is Yoo Gong, and the character's name is Seok Woo. And then you have the pregnant mother, the actor's name is Yoo Mi Jung, and the character's name is Seong Kwing. And then you have the big burly guy, his name is Dong Seok Ma, and his character's name was Sang Hwa. And then the little girl, her name is Soo-Ann Kim, and her character's name is Soo-Ann. And then you have the baseball player dude, his name is Wook Sik Choi. The character was Young Guk. And then the little beauty queen, high school beauty queen, and her name is So Hee, and her character's name is Jin Hee. And then there's the jackass of the movie, His name is Yui Sung Kim, and his character's name is Yeon Suk. I mean, there's a lot more other characters and stuff in the movie, but those are your main characters. So basic story is a separated couple. Dad has the kid, and the kid wants to go to mom's house because dad's working all the time and dad's kind of a jerk. So on her birthday, he takes her down to the to the train station, and they jump on a train, and he's going to go take her to mom's house. Well, the roundabout story is dad. So he's a fund manager, and just before he leaves work the day before, he gets a call from his bosses telling him to liquidate this company. So he calls in his assistant, and he's like, sell it all, liquidate them, we're all gone, boom, we're done. So then he goes home, and he buys his daughter a birthday present, and he's like, yeah. Well, actually, I think he has his assistant do it, because they kind of imply that, because he asks his assistant, he's like, so what do kids like these days? And they kind of end it right there. And then he's got this present. So he goes home and he gives the present to his daughter, and his daughter opens it, and it's like a Nintendo Wii or something like that. And we're as the audience, we're like, oh, that's a pretty cool gift, you know what I'm saying? And the daughter's just like, and then it kind of follows her line of sight, and she looks up, and she's got the exact same thing already sitting on the desk next to the TV in her bedroom. And then you look at the dad, and the dad's like, oh, damn it. So that's just kind of reinforcing the fact that he's not aware of what's going on. He's not involved with his kid. So anyways, they're on the train, and the zombie apocalypse breaks out, and he keeps getting calls from his assistant going, all kinds of crap's happening in that place that we just liquidated yesterday. All hell's breaking loose. And then they have like little TV monitors on the train, and we see that there's like rioting in the streets and everything. So although that was one of the parts I think they kind of screwed up on, because it seemed like all of the footage from the TV was at nighttime, and we are actually like at early in the morning, because he's like on the train at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and they're implying that is happening now, but it looks like it's all being shot at night. So I don't know, that's just, but so the outbreak takes place on the train. That's when we get introduced to the burly working class guy whose name is, oh man, what, I closed it. Oh. Anyways, I said it earlier. You can see it right there. And they established early on that he's like this big burly dude. He's the biggest guy in the movie, but he's like I don't want to say whipped, but he's like 100% pure. My wife and my new baby, they're number one, and whatever she says, because he's like timidly, when we get introduced to him, he's like timidly waiting outside of the bathroom where she is, and he's like, don't bother her, she's in there, and don't knock on the door or whatever.
급해? 여기는 안에 2명 있어서 오래 걸리니까 저기 저쪽 화장실로 가. 얼른. 시간 좀 걸릴 것 같은데. 자기야, 어떻게
So
잘
that's how
되고
we get
있어요?
introduced to him.
알았어.
I
미안해.
think he plays a pretty good
그냥
character,
편하게,
because he
편하게.
plays, the I don't want to say
편하게,
overprotective,
편하게.
but
갔어,
just a
갔어.
very protective
편하게.
husband and soon-to-be father of his kid. He plays kind of like the opposite of what is this one damn hair? The opposite of the main character to his daughter. So they have that good thing. And then you have the third dude, who's the high school baseball player, who's totally in love with the beauty queen girl, and they get separated during the whole thing. And actually, this is a really good scene when the dad calls some contact that he has, and they tell him, "Dude, when you get to the station, don't follow everybody else. Go this way."
No, don't go that way.
Thanks, HorrorDigest. So that's when this whole separation happens. When they get to the train station, they all get back on the train, and the train takes off. But now they're separated in cars with zombies in the cars between them. So the three dudes, the dad, the baseball kid, and the working class burly guy, have to team up to get from one car up to where all of their kid, wife, and girlfriend are. So, I mean, it's really cool. I like the way they work together, and they teamed up, and they got their armor on and fought their way through, and they figured out a little thing about the zombies that they can't see when it's dark. So the train goes through tunnels, and when it gets through tunnels, they're able to kind of sneak around, and I just like the way they did it. Although I have to admit that I am very preferential to movies that are in enclosed spaces. I don't know, that's just something I like in scary movies or whatnot, is when people are, I mean, like if like in like a Friday the 13th movie, people don't have to go to Crystal Lake. So that kind of just, I think that brings it down a little bit for me. But when you're on a train and you can't get off the train because the train's going 60 miles an hour and you're there, that's a different thing. So excuse me. So yeah, I like the way they had to fight their way up, and then you had the jerk guy who's like kind of running things because he's like the big CEO boss guy, and you have there's only two left of the blue jacketed train company employees. One is the engineer who's driving the train, and the other one is the one that's with the big jerk guy. And the CEO demands that the group of newcomers don't stay with the main group of people because they could be infected and whatever. And you could see the blue jacketed guys like, I gotta maintain order. I have one big group, one little group, so I'm gonna keep them separated. So he demands that they be separated. So everybody goes with them. The girlfriend goes with the baseball player, and the kid goes with the dad, and the wife goes with them with the burly guy. And they get separated, and then the main group gets attacked by the zombies, and the big jerk guy hides in a bathroom with I guess his assistant or something. I think they played it so well because everybody was their character. At no point did I think that the dad was going to be this big hero who was going to just run through and kill everybody. He played his character, and the burly guy played his character. And the mom played her character, and the little girl played her character. At no point did they try to outstretch or go beyond their character, which I think is one of the things I really liked about it. So, all in all, I'm sure everybody has already seen it. It's been out for over a year, and it's on Netflix. But I just wanted to say I really, really liked this movie. I read that they did a animated part or sequel, so I gotta find that, check that out. So all in all, thumbs up, give it an A, great movie. And I also read that there might be a part 2 coming, so I'm definitely gonna check that one out. So I don't know if you saw my
No, don't go that way.
You saw my friend HorrorDigest. Definitely go check him out. He's got a good channel. He's pushing for 100 subscribers, and he's on like all of the formats. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. He's on, I don't know, I'm sure there's some made up one I can just pretend that he's on also. And then you gotta check out his YouTube channel too. Good guy. So, once again, thank you for watching. Check out, if you haven't seen that movie, I'm sorry I just ruined it for you, but definitely go and check it out because it's better than my review. And go sit quietly in the dark.